time where science and technology had great advances. This was possible thanks to all the geniuses, scientists, mathematicians, engineers, and more that lived in that time. Some of the discoveries they made helped us to understand how life works and how we can continue improving science and technology. Nowadays, the principles these scientists developed are still used. This video will talk about the main events of this topic and their impact in the world from 1900 to 1935. Europe, 1900. Zeppelin Z1, the first rigid airship flies successfully. General Ferdinand Zeppelin, along with 34 men, assembled his first airship in 1898. German Army purchased the Zeppelin Z1. By the outbreak of the First World War, they owned 7 of these airships. These Zeppelins could reach a maximum speed of 136 km per hour and reach a height of 4,250 meters. They had 5 machine guns and could carry 2,000 kilograms. 1900. Max Planck solved the problem of electromagnetic spectrum emitted by hot objects. 1900. Sigmund Freud published The Interpretation of Dreams.
Europe, 1901. Guillermo Marconi creates the radio telegraph. Guillermo Marconi successfully sent wireless signals across the Atlantic Ocean in 1901, disproving the dominant relief of the Earth's curvature affecting transmission. America, 1901. Clarence McClung discovers sex-determining chromosomes. Through the study of grasshopper cells, McClung determined that sex was dependent on a number of X chromosomes. 1902. Willis Carriers creates the air conditioner. Buffalo Forge Company had humidity problems, which affected greatly the production of the factory. They hired Willis Carrier to solve the problem. He sent them the blueprints for his machine that would solve the problem, and on July 17, 1902, the machine was correctly installed, and so the air conditioner was created. 7. America in 1903. The Wright brothers fly the first airplane. Wilbur and Orville Wright, the first flight with an airplane with a motor. After experimenting for many years, on December 17, 1903, they did their first successful flight, which lasted 59 seconds. Europe, 1905. Albert Einstein publishes his first scientific papers. After getting awarded PhD by the University of Zurich, Einstein published first scientific papers. The photoelectric effect, Brownian motion, especially relativity, and the equivalence of mass and energy. Each of the papers changed the perspective of the modern scientist. This year is commonly referred to as Einstein's miracle year.
America, 1906. Lee DeForest invents the Audion. The Audion, also known as a triode, was the first electric signal amplifier. Its purpose was to replace the transistor. This invention allowed companies such as AT&T to set up a coast-to-coast phone service. Europe, 1913. Niels Bohr explains electrons around the nucleus of atoms. Bohr proposed his quantized shell model of the atom to explain how electrons can have stable orbits around the nucleus. He said that the electrons move in orbits of fixed size and energy. The energy of an electron depends on the size of the orbit. Asia, 1916. Kuroda begins researching the pigment of the purple growth plant. Kuroda was very into organic chemistry and did research on pigments of different plants. Asia, 1929. The Peking man is discovered. Between these years of Beijing partial skulls, which belong to the Homo erectus species, were discovered, these hominids lived around 400,000 years ago. Asia, 1922. Alexander Friedman discovers the expanding universe solution. He discovered the solution of the expanding universe to Einstein's general relativity field equations. Einstein's first thought on the solution was incorrect, but later agreed.
1925, Albert Einstein completed the general theory of relativity, which was the culmination of his research. In Europe, in 1928, Fritz Flömer improved the magnetic tape to record audio. He used thin paper with iron oxide powder coated to it using lacquer as glue. He patented his invention in Germany in 1928. He then allowed AEG to use his invention to create the first tape recorder. In Asia, in 1929, Ivenko and Landau developed the theory of fermions. This theory is strongly related to the quantum physics. A fermion is any particle characterized by Fermi-Dirac statics.
That's these 20th century discoveries. Thanks to them, now we have everything we have nowadays, such as the car, the radio, and other important discoveries in the scientific world, not only technology. Starting the World War II, the humanity changed in so many aspects. One of them was technology. Countries were focusing development of science in early 1939 to 1945. But that's not everything about science. During this time, scientists get to develop most of nowadays resources of technology. We have This is Science and Technology in 20th Century, Part 2.
Subramanian Chandrasekhar. Since 1930s, he formulated various theories about the process that burns stars. He won the Nobel Prize in Physics with William Fowler in 1983. Hideki Yukawa. 1934, Yukawa came up with the hypothesis of mesons. Their existence was later verified on various experiments. Europe, 1936. Heinrich Fock flies the first helicopter. The first flight lasted less than a minute, and Fock allowed only a few more tentative flights before suspending the test program in order to fine-tune his design. Igor White Tam, 1937. Tam and Illa Frank discovered Cherenkov radiation. Europe, 1938. Otto Hahn, Fritz Strassmann, and Lise Meitner demonstrate nuclear fusion. Europe, 1939. Walter Schottky explains how the interface between a semiconductor and a metal works. Walter M. Elsasser, German physicist who suggested in 1939 that the Earth's rotation sets up some currents in the liquid core into an electromagnet, producing the Earth's magnetic field. Albert Einstein, 1939. He told to President Roosevelt that there was a possibility of atomic energy and encouraged him to allow research into nuclear techniques. He participated in the creation of the atomic bombs. Europe, 1943. Enrico Fermi achieves a nuclear reaction. Europe, 1943. Tommy Flowers and others build the Colossus, the world's first programmable digital electronic computer. America, 1944. Oswald Avery discovered that genes are made of DNA. Oswald Avery, 1944. Avery, Colin MacLeod, and Maclean McCarty published an experiment that isolated DNA as a material from which genes and chromosomes are made.
America, 1947. Edwin Land invents Polaroid, the first instant camera. William Shockley. In 1947, Shockley and John Bardeen invented the transistor, electric signal semiconductor amplifier. Richard Feynman. In 1948, Feynman formulated a new quantum electrodynamics theory and introduced the Feynman diagrams. He won the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1965. America, 1948. Georges Gamow develops the Big Bang theory. Shin Ichiro Tomonaga. In 1948, Tomonaga contributed with Richard Feynman and Julius Swinger on a new quantum electrodynamics theory. Frederick Sanger. In 1949, English biochemist who determined the exact structure of amino acid chains in protein molecules, one of the only 4 people to have won 2 Nobel Prizes. In Europe, 1951, Carl de Jurassic and others invented the oral contraceptive pill. Francis Crick. In 1953, he discovered the double helix structure of DNA, the blueprint of life. Asia, 1953. Taiichi Ohno invents learning manufacturing, or just-in-time manufacturing. James Watson. In 1953, Watson and Francis Crick determined the double helix structure of DNA, They won the Nobel Prize in Psychology or Medicine in 1962. Jonas Salk. In 1955, April 12, he invented the vaccine for polio. Owen Chamberlain. In 1955, Chamberlain and Emilio Segre proved the existence of protons and antiprotons, by experimenting with a powerful particle accelerator. They won the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1959.
Asia, 1956. Chen Xingwu, Chen Lingyang, and Sun Gaoli proved the violation of parity. Chen Lingyang received the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1957. Asia, 1957. The Soviet Union launches the first artificial satellite, the Sputnik, mostly designed by Sergei Korolev. Leo Esaki, 1958. Esaki demonstrated an unknown type of tunneling in semiconductor material. This is used on diodes. He won the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1973. Asia, 1961. Yuri Gagarin becomes the first astronaut. Asia, 1964. Japan inaugurates the first bullet train, the Shinkansen. America, 1965. Robert Holly discovers transfer RNA. America, 1969. Neil Armstrong is the first human to walk on a natural satellite, the Moon. Asia, 1969. Yoichiro Nambu introduces string theory. America, 1972. MIT student Ray Tomlinson invented email. America, 1973. Martin Cooper invented the portable telephone. Europe, 1974. Stephen Hawking discovers the radiation of black holes.
Carl Sagan is very known for his 80s television series Cosmos. A personal voyage, Sagan's assembled in the Voyager Golden Record. Asia, Fujio Masuoka invented flash memory. High Ashtekar founds quantum loop theory. America, the Hubble Space Telescope is launched and deployed. Europe, Michael Mayer and Didier Queloz discover an exoplanet 51 Pegasi b. Asia, Sony and Philips introduced the DVD in Japan. Europe, Giacomo Rizzolatti discovered that the brain uses mirror neurons to represent what others are doing. Europe, Ian Philmuth clones the first mammal, the sheep dolly. Asia, Toyota begins selling a hybrid car, the Prius. America, Jeff Kimball and other teleport and photon one very in distance. America, the first social networking platform made by Jonathan Arbenz, Friendster, is released.